Hey YouTube, Parks and Rick here, outside in my backyard. It's a little cool, but it ain't raining. It's Sunday afternoon. Got a few things to catch up on. I'm going to be smoking a My Father Lancero. One of these, our local brick and mortar just started carrying them. They're new, so I'll give it a try. See what happens here. So from the title of this video, you're expecting me to do some pipe stuff, and I'm going to, but I just got this and I wanted to try it. So I can manage to get it unwrapped. So I picked up I watched a video the other day. I don't remember who did it. It was just, one of those auto plays, and it ended up, and I watched it for a minute and it kept going, and somebody doing the salt treatment on a pipe. Now, I've never done that before, but it sounded interesting. I had picked up a Longchamps, one of these leather wrapped ones, at one of the local antique markets, and it was completely, there wasn't enough room to stick a number 2 down in the number 2 pencil, a number 2 down inside of it. And he's got the little tits on the end. I think those are cute. And so I was going to see what I could do about cleaning it up, and it was only $7. Now I know, because I went and looked, that I could buy one already restored for $7 on eBay, but I've never tried doing that really. And I have a fair number of pipes now that are getting to where they've needed some deeper cleaning, and not only that, but they had a bunch more. So using a beeswax candle, these beeswax candles will come in pretty handy. I've talked about them before, and they don't put off any scent, so all you're really getting is what you're smoking. And the other day, a buddy of mine, hang around with the club, looking to be a prospect. They might have prospected him today. I couldn't make it, and brought in a bunch of jerky. Man, the first piece he gave me, because he had all different stuff, smelled like the nicest English, like full-bodied English pipe smoke, pipe tobacco. Apparently, the smaller diameter cigars you're supposed to have more flavor of the wrapper and less of the filler. I don't know what the wrapper is on this. Somebody will. Apparently it's a new mix for the My Father company. It doesn't say on here any hint of what it is, and the guy at the tobacco store was just a weekend fill-in and he didn't know. So anyway, on to the pipes I found. The salt method, so whoever I was watching, and I've seen it, like most of us, I've seen a number. I went down and I got some rock salt, Himalayan rock salt, and did there. I was unfortunately on the first one I did. I got a little sloppy because that's my tendency. I'm not, and I slopped a little bit of the alcohol onto the thing, and like I was warned it would, it ate the finish. And it was actually really nasty. The salt had all re-solidified down here, so there's a big white ring, and it was very rough. I'd lost all the, the 40 years of finger patina, not to mention that. But we rubbed a little, just a little balm into it, some anointing oil that my wife had as a balm. Just rubbed it in there, and it helped it really good. So it's not, especially for a $7 pipe, it's not bad. And I just took a Dremel tool to it, cleaned up the inside pretty good. It's got a 3/4 inch opening now. I have no idea what it was supposed to have been. I did do a little bit of research on the Longchamps, and they were very popular after World War II because they were and that's why I didn't blow the candle out. They were very cheap pipes, and the leather was wrapped around them to make them last and to keep guys from burning their hands on these thin cheap pipes. And they were made in one form or another into the 70s by a few different companies. This is an actual Longchamp from that company in France. It says so right on the side. So anyway, I put a little bit of heat shrink on the bit because it was kind of chewed up. These pipes had been used. Like I said, this was only about a number 2 pencil opening here. There's no way the guy could have smoked it. Now it draws and fires up and all that sort of stuff. They do have, they've been sitting outside, so they're a little cold. Oh no, this one was inside. I had to buy a whole bunch of small straight pipes because my wife found 2 colossal pipe stands. I'll show you in another video. In a antique store, bought them, but they are 4 small straight pipes, doublings at best. None of my curved pipes fits in them. 320 7L barely slides in sideways. I'll show you. But anyway, these all have stingers, and I got 4 pipes, and they have 4 different kinds of stingers. So, and a lot of guys just hate stingers. I don't have a problem with them at all. So, I think it's just part of the way it was, and that makes it cool. So. But it's a long screw. So like 1.5 inches long, but it's about 500 revolutions to get it tightened in. I don't want to mess with it, Here, it's nice and snug. There we go. So anyway, once this one did okay, other than me marring the finish, I took to the rest of them. There was another one exactly like it, and if you can see clearly, I did not destroy the finish on it. It was already scarred and scuffed, and I've still got still had a little alcohol in it. These have been about 2 weeks, been sitting there, and so I got some cheap salt from the dollar store, and soak these, and I just use cheap Jim Beam in a plastic bottle. Not something I'd ever drink. again. But I did use that. So that was another Longchamp, and I haven't done anything with the stems or anything on these. And there's this little bugger, which has a really pebbly surface, and it's not a Longchamp brand. It is something else. Ascot. It's an Ascot pigskin. And oh yeah, there it is. And there's the A for the Ascot. You're just a little dinky little pipe, and yeah. But these were all in that totally caked. You couldn't even draw one of them. The other Longchamp still had half a bowl of really charred, nasty tobacco, and even after I got it out, you couldn't draw anything through it. I had to really ream it out. Haven't even got this cigar going yet. So it's got a pretty tight draw. That's probably me. I didn't clip much off the end, as you could see, and kind of having to suck on it. So there was one more. I'm outside and I've got the camera sitting on my son's anvil, and so I got this other one, which is, I don't remember if it says what brand. Oh yeah, there it is. It says genuine meerschaum imported, and it's not in real good shape, and it was like the others, all caked up, but it's actually a meerschaum. And as I was cleaning the cake out of it, I did scuff up a little. Whoops, I didn't. There we go. You can't see it. It's not white or anything, but I did scuff up when I got down to the bottom. Scuffed up a little clay, you know, and so it draws now, not well, but it was completely caked. I mean, to where I had to chisel it out. Well, you know, about 3/8 of an inch down to the draw hole. It was complete. Oh, they were so abused, but they just had the tar smoked out of them, and so I'm kind of looking forward to enjoying them. And they, except for the curved one, they do fit in the new stands that my wife got. So that's been my kind of pipe restoration thing. I don't have the patience to like do stems and stuff like that, so I'll just clean them and heat shrink them and smoke the darn things. I'm not much of a collector on anything. I mean, even my Harleys, I don't collect them. I keep them, but I ride the tar out of them, and you know, and they look like it. So this is not a bad cigar at all. No matter the problems I've had keeping it going. I haven't had one this long and thin ever before, and it's kind of weird. It's a new model apparently for them, and so like the bands aren't the right diameter. I mean, it was sitting next to a Toro and the same thing, so it looks like they used the bands from the Toro and just overlapped them. Yeah. Huh. So when is our government going to make sure that we have warning labels on the cigar bands? Totally destroy the art. But craziness. Also this week I've had I reached a milestone. with this last week. I got my Social Security statement. Went online and looked it up, and the paycheck I got Friday or Thursday or what, Friday. As of Friday, I have personally paid over $100,000 in Social Security taxes, not counting Medicare, all by myself. 45 years, started paying when I was 15, and I'm thinking, yeah, when am I going to see that? Grumble, grumble, gripe, gripe. So if I've paid in $100,000 and my employers have paid in $100,000, which included me when I was self-employed, paying in for myself, I guess. I don't know how it works. That's $200 and some thousand. I'm 60 years old. I ain't gonna live that much longer. It'd be a good idea. I could just take the money. Just give me my money back. Let me invest it foolishly as I will. You know, they're making new Harleys every day. But I thought, when I saw that, when I looked it up, I had paid in $99,996. So by the time I read that, I had already, fessed up that other. So when I got my paycheck, I was, hey, you young guys I work with, don't gripe about your taxes yet. I paid $100,000 on just this one. And I think it was like, what, 26,000 or whatever it is for the Medicare segment. And it's like, wow, can't wait to share that one. So, anyway, that's my week in review. Did some salt treatments, got a new cigar. Haven't smoked a cigar this week. This is first one. And I got to pay my taxes. Jeepers. All right. God bless you. Parson Rick out.